This was me in the last episode. Oh, this Eurocat story wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad at all. Maybe I'll look at his other stories. Meanwhile, the creator...
Oh, really? Oh, would you look at that? They wrote a SpongeBob SquarePants fanfic that has Comics Nick's influences. Hey, Susan, guess what? You have to redo it!
Why? And what's worse? You want to know what's worse? I have to read the first chapter out loud. That's going to be my review. I haven't read it yet, but I know it's going to be atrocious. And you're like, well, what? Can't you just say no? No, I can't, because she's the creator, and even if I say no, she's going to make me do it anyway. See me right in front of the screen doing this? That's because in her reality, she plays me, so no matter what, I don't have a bloody choice. I mean, at least she gave me the common courtesy of asking me. Oh, well, no, she didn't ask me, she told me. Or at least she warned me, I should say. So I do apologize for my frazzled appearance, but I was not happy. I was not happy at all. Now, you probably noticed I'm not wearing gloves anymore. I might eventually get gloves again, but the gloves I was currently wearing, they just weren't working. They really weren't. For instance, you could tell that they were present day. They were bloody workout gloves, and they were just way too bulky. Way too bulky. So I might just stick with my hands being bad for now, and I don't know, maybe if I get better gloves in the future, ones that are more authentic to the 19th century, I will get them and possibly wear them. But I might stay without them. I don't know yet. Because my outfit, for the most part, is 19th century, if you ignore my trousers. But most of the time you don't see my trousers unless I'm interacting with Meg. Oh, speaking of Meg, oh my darling stubborn Meg. You're probably wondering what that background noise is. It's the air conditioner. Yes, that's right. At this time, this current moment is 5:28 p.m. The current temperature is 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Very hot. Not ideal weather to be doing strenuous activity. And what is my charming little dolt doing this very moment?
Filling the bloody lawn!
Oh my God! I love her, but she can be such a stubborn lout sometimes. Well, it is what it is. I tried to talk her out of it, but she's like, oh no, I need to do it now, because if I don't, he'll grow even longer. It's like you could have just waited a couple of days. But no, I digress. Let's stop delaying the inevitable. And let's read this oh-so-charming story that Eurocat has written for us today. The Spanish Fly Invasion of Bikini Bottom. The summary. A strange substance causes Bikini Bottom to go crazy. Might contain slight Comics Nick's influences. First 5 chapters will receive an update soon. Well, it's 7 chapters in total and it's already complete. And again, I'm only reading the first chapter. If you all decide to read more afterwards, that's on you. I am not reading another chapter of this thing. So, the first chapter. A promising title. Wet Dreams. It was a wet night in Bikini Bottom. Just above the sea, 2 drug smugglers were shipping the biggest load of Spanish fly imaginable. Their hopes and dreams of cashing on forbidden, lustful stuff, however, came to an abrupt end when a police boat spotted them. They knew that they couldn't escape from them, so they dropped everything they had into the sea below. And so the barrels of the kinky substance sank to the bottom of the sea, opening due to the pressure, one by one, mixing with the surrounding water and spreading all over the sea bottom, which just happened to be the town of Bikini Bottom. The inhabitants had no clue what they were subjected to during their wet dreams. SpongeBob woke and noticed that something is really weird. Not only did he feel strange, unknown to him feelings from the second he woke up, he also noticed that the strange thing that appears in the corner of every morning no longer says TYY7, but TVMA. Clever breaking the fourth wall, I will admit that.
What could this mean?
Asked SpongeBob, before noticing that Gary was humping his morning wood. Did you have to have bestiality? Why? I know it's a sponge and a snail, but it's the equivalent of a man and his cat. Oh, this is Artemis's lover all over again. Why? SpongeBob gasped. He looked stunned at Gary as he was spacing and releasing witsing musky slime all over his man hoof. Did his penis turn into a hoof? Seeing this scene of utter blasphemy between an owner and a pet is shocking. It's supposed to say shocking. But SpongeBob was even more shocked by realizing that he enjoys the ordeal. Way more than he should have. He slowly moved his arms towards Gary, touching the sticky cum-like substance. He started licking it and enjoying it very much. Gary started squirting all over the room, covering every square centimeter with goo. The inside of the pineapple was never this shiny before. SpongeBob was very dazed after the morning and barely forced himself out of the cum-covered hiatus. Whatever. He had big problems keeping his man snake in the pants. I swear they're competing with the forbidden fruit, the temptation of Edward Cullen, with the names of his, penis and whatnot. He then looked to his left. His left, it's supposed to be two words, but it's one. And he saw Squidward looking gayer than ever. He wore purple fishnet stockings, yellow strip-high heels, a sparkling red feather boa, a neon yellow gothic Lolota wig, pink handcuffs, a green dildo in his left hand, and a pink whip in his right. He looked as fabulous as Milo Yiannopoulos. I don't even know who that is, and I probably didn't say it right, and I don't care. SpongeBob's cock got aroused by this display of twink-ism faggotry, lovely word, and his hot dog got up and hit SpongeBob in the nose, spreading public lice all over his face.
Oh, Squiddy! I never would have guessed that I developed such feelings for you! Da!
Said SpongeBob. I added in the laugh just for authenticity, with jumping joy in his ballsack. I'm not Squiddy, SpongeBob. Please refer to my new name, which is Dickward. Everyone decided to rename themselves. You should do that, or I might have to spank you.
But I want to be spanked,
said SpongeBob energetically. In that case, present your bare bum to me this instant. SpongeBob did that, and the spanking session began. Spank, spank went the squid, shaking up the lazy sponge's ass like the earthquakes do Japan. The spanking was, I think that's supposed to say rough, but sponges don't have bows, so the intense dildo and cock slapping only caused his petite cheeks to bend and bow. Bend and bow, my fair lady. What? Whatever. Dickward's testicles moved into Sponge's many holes, giving SpongeBob an internal orgasm. Who would have guessed that tentacle porn would be this effing good? Not me. Halfway through, SpongeBob asked Dickward to stop spanking him, with a spatula he used at work. Oh, ew, you're making food with that. Yuck! Please tell me you wash it afterwards. Probably not, with how the story's going. And Dickward immediately, they spelled immediately wrong, did that, carefully, therapeutically calculating where and how hard to spank SpongeBob's butt cheeks. And this is reminding me of that bloody story about me spanking Meg, where I was calculating how I was going to spank her, but somehow not leave any bruises, even though I was spanking her for 20 fucking minutes with a hairbrush. Guess what? That would leave bruises. And I'm not saying that from experience. I've never ever spanked. Okay, shutting up now. So that the enormous amount of butt pimples and anal also get removed during the spanking session. SpongeBob was pleased with, since he was often scratching his butt cheeks with the spat. The blistered butt acne is the special ingredient aroma that makes the Krabby Patty so irresistibly good.
I am never eating a hamburger or cheeseburger ever again after reading this story.
Ugh. During the high point of the spankathon, SpongeBob started gasping and butting for air like a thirsty canine until crunch. SpongeBob bit the top of Dickword's penis off. Ouch, you circumcised little Dickword, cried Dickword. I think cried Dickword was supposed to be outside of the quotations. God. The story is making such a muck of my mind that I was confusing parentheses with quotation marks. Knowing that due to missing the most nerve-filled part of his manhood, he'll never have really good top sex again. SpongeBob didn't know that squids had extendable, dischargeable penises, but he now knows that calamari is delicious. Dickword cried. Now he can no longer do a masturbation with his bare tentacle, cause it would give him carpet burns. Damnation, I became a victim of the prude religious nutcases like Mr. Kellogg's pushed, which kill more male babies yearly in the U.S. than sudden infant death syndrome. Why do these cretins want to ruin the sex life of everyone? Mr. Kellogg's never consummated in his marriage and even spent his honeymoon working on one of his anti-sex books. He and his wife kept separate bedrooms and adopted all of their children. He said that sex with your wife was bad, but masturbation was even worse. So to fight it, that dim white started saying that hair starts growing on your hands and you get bald if you touch your wiener. And then what didn't work, he invented cornflakes, since he believed that eating something so plain would nullify the desire to touch one's ding-dong. But no, after the stupidity of all that, he began advocating of mutilating penises, that the stupid tradition still doesn't want to die. I know that was a really atrocious Squidward impersonation. It comes and goes. Sometimes I can do it good, sometimes I can't. Dickword kept on ranting and raving and jumping up and down, not realizing that the blood fountain from his dick is spraying all over the place, infecting the ground with microflora of STDs. SpongeBob confronted the priest octopus. Look at the bright side. You got it for free. Some parents actually pay doctors to do this to their boys and then convince them it's because of hygiene. Hygiene? That makes as much sense as tearing your teeth and fingernails off because they might get dirty. Just was yo ass fucking private parts, you lazy third world country loving dingbats, cried the now impotent squid. Actually, many people in the United States of America do that too, said Spongy, which is why they're the laughingstock of the Western world, concluded Dickword, filling in the informative learning quota of today's episode. And that is very true with considering what just happened recently in these states, overturning Roe versus Wade. It's despicable, really. Really despicable. Squidward, I thought he was Dickword, walked to his job with much depression in his guts, crying tears of agony while stopping the massive bloodening with canned bread. SpongeBob was cleaning the blood penis particles
out of his teeth when all of a sudden Patrick Pornstar
was standing behind SpongeBob. He grew chest hair that was so thick that one could mistake it for a carpet sample. The hair extended right down to his feet. One could mistake him as the result of a one-night stand between Ron Jeremy and a Bigfoot woman. It came to no surprise that he also wore fedora. On top of that, he also smoked, sorry, that was my bad, a cigar laced with seaweed.
Hey, Spongecum, Mr. Krabby Pimp hired me to work in his reformed business.
Sandy arrived and was asking, "What the hell's going on in here? Has everyone gone insane?" Right at that, Patrick started touching her buttocks. "How dare you, you Neanderthalic smelly pig!" She kicked Patrick in the face, shattering his mandible. What the bloody hell is a mandible? What is a mandible? What is it? If anyone knows, please tell me. I'm not looking it up because the hell with the story. Exposing the enormous tuberculosis and pus-covered cysts hiding in it. Thankfully, salt was antimicrobial properties, resulting Patrick life-threatening condition to be cared. Okay. "Ouch, that hurts," said Patrick while headbutting the chipkunk's head globe with 6 megajoules of kinetic energy. Sandy gasped as she realized her glass was breaking in front of her. "Help me!" she screamed, while the glass completely broke, shattering all over her face, penetrating her auditory canal and getting stuck in her vestibular nerve. Sandy ran out of air while started swallowing water. She was just about to drown as the effects of the lustful water kicked in, overdriving the need to breathe with the need to breed, meaning she didn't need to breathe anymore. No. Wanting to fuck does not magically make you immune to suffocating to death. It does not. I know this story is supposed to be nonsensical, but this is just ridiculous. That would be like saying, astronauts, they don't need air. All they have to do is jack off as they go into space. To infinity and beyond. And it's just Right, let's get this over with. We're almost done. "Oh, Patrick, I have the sudden..." Oh, wait. Oh, it's supposed to be Sandy. Hold on. "Oh, Patrick, I have the sudden urge for some serious poon pounding," said the furry, wet redneck prairie dog. She's a squirrel. Sandy suddenly spread her legs apart, just like Madonna does it at every concert, exposing her hairy, flappy vulva. Patrick didn't hesitate, sticking his never-washed pain inside of Sandy's southern rosebud, thrusting in the poon while squeezing the tiny 3 nipples on Sandy's chicken breasts. What? They hated sex, and during it, Sandy started yodeling in a very erotic way while rocking a MAGA hat on her glass-covered head. There's nothing that could pleasure a Texas gal more than getting fucked by a smelly, mental pygmy man while drinking from 3 beer bottles at the same time. So she did that while she called her daddy to organize her shotgun wedding. She finally discovered her pure cattle roping, horse-riding Texas roots. SpongeBob happily watched the ecstatic session while eating popcorn that was dipped in the love slime from before on his crotch. Congratulations, you almost witnessed me upchuck on top of this laptop. It's a good thing I didn't, because that would not have been lovely. And Meg would not be happy because this is technically her laptop. Oh, sorry, love. You're going to want to get a new laptop because I puked on it. Right, let's read the final bit. One of a sudden, a big manly hand grabs SpongeBob from behind, covering his mouth and dragging him away. Sandy and Patrick are too busy penetrating each otter to notice that their friend was kidnapped. Oh, what a shame. I don't care. I am done. I am done. First chapter read. First chapter read. Guess what? I am done. I am done. I am done. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day. Goodbye now. Goodbye. 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 So long. Farewell. I'm done. Okay, fine. So this story, yes, was atrocious. It was atrocious. It was atrocious. It was the worst thing Worst thing I've ever had to read out loud in a very long time. Like, you know, you would think that the Super Smash Brothers fanfic would have been worse than this, and in a way it was. But the thing is, that was so illegible that it became hard to find out what was going on. But the thing is, this was legible enough that I knew what was going on, and it was awful. It was bloody awful. So bloody awful. Would I recommend this story? No, I would not. I would not recommend this on my worst enemy. And this was only the first chapter. There's 6 more chapters of this. 6 more chapters of this. 6. I am not reading another word. No. Never, ever, never reading this bloody garbage again. Right. If you liked today's episode, please be sure to click on the like button. Please be sure to comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I would greatly appreciate it. I will see you all in the next episode. Until then, cherry bloody-o!